Oh, all right. Heyo, heyo. Heyo, heyo, boogero. Um, all right. Well, I just watched a um, I don't know, collage, montage, whatever, of uh, what is it? It's just a bunch of veterans denouncing Trump because denouncing Trump and the Republicans and just the administration because, for all their bullshit. And yeah, but it made me remember something. So I don't know if I talked about this in another video or not, in exclusivity, or mentioned it in addition to something else. Um, so I'm going to say it right now, and if I said it in another video, well, that's fine, because I probably say certain things over and over again. So future me, avatar me, multiple me. Here it goes again. I again, it's a thought, and I was thinking, you know, Israel has the United States has a volunteer army, a purely volunteer army, and Israel has basically a non-volunteer army. Every citizen in Israel serves. Um, I think it's 2 years, maybe it's a year minimum, something like that. As they get up and they get to like age 18 and they serve a minimum year. I I wonder if we should consider moving to something like that. And um, with some exceptions, of course. I mean, there would have to always be some exceptions to that. But when I say that, I don't mean, just something like that. I mean, you would be able to, once you sign up, choose what you want to do in the military. And because it would be the military and everything, you would be able to, it would be government. And so, um, as a society, we could just, what is the word for it? We could just merge, essentially. We could essentially merge the military branches with the state university systems, so that when you go to join the military, you can get a free university education too. So that now, in this system, you will be getting a free public K through 12 education and a free, essentially, bachelor's degree. Now, you can opt out of that bachelor's degree and just, serve the 4 years without any kind of whatever, any kind of additional classes. But honestly, why would you not take some kind of classes? It would be dumb to not take some classes of some kind. It really would be. I mean, because there would be so many offerings on base, something, technical courses. I mean, you know, because, there would be equipment on base, courses in fixing the equipment, you know. So why wouldn't you at least do that, you know? So stuff like that. And, the military has, the Corps of Engineers and the medical corps and all that stuff. Be a military nurse. They teach you how to be a medic, that sort of thing. So, in the military, they train you how to do certain things, and then once you're done with that, if we merge the university system, essentially, I mean, they don't have to be completely merged, but they would be sort of synced up in a way, so that you earn the same course credits and everything. Maybe they do that already, but it would be explicit for everyone. I think there's some trifling shit going on. Maybe it ended. But yeah, there you go. And then, that would always be very helpful. It would be more costly for as a taxpayer burden, sort of. But I mean, we're already spending so much on, quote, defense anyways, that why would it matter? And the military is very good at making things efficient anyways. So you could task them with this, and I'm sure they would find a way to do it very efficiently, and handle the burden. And yeah. And there would probably need to be a construction boom to, I don't know, build a few new bases. We wouldn't need a whole lot more, honestly, because we could repurpose and renovate existing facilities. So, I mean, wouldn't need to be too much things. It's about getting innovative, is what I'm saying. In the short term and in the long term, we could do other things. So, yeah. I'm saying I think it would be a good idea, because essentially then you can remove the financial burden of, after that, people don't have the financial burden of, I don't know what that is now. It used to be something like $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 of college loans, but now it's probably something like $80,000, $100,000 of college loans, plus post-grad college loans, if you want to do that. And then, if you want to stay afterwards, get more education. And I think it would also have another good side effect, which is as the years roll on, it would kind of inherently more and more force the country to be more and more hesitant to engage in I don't know what you might want to call pointless, unending conflicts, um, wars of aggression. Peacekeeping missions are fine, and stopping genocides or preventing genocides, that sort of thing is always fine, but finding the weapons of mass destruction that were never there under false pretenses kind of thing. That infamous example. Never want to do that again, if at all possible. So, yeah. I think like I said, as time goes on and, 8, 12, 16 years, everybody's in the service and then has moved out, and more people are in public office, and they know, and some of them have actually been in combat situations and have been through that, and they know, well, they're either senators or something, or they're higher up commanders. They're like, well, they're not just going to recommend willy-nilly going off on bullshit missions to, secure mineral resources for a fucking corporation. Just as some sort of mercenary pet mission for some shit. Like we have been known to do, and other mercenary missions and I don't know how to phrase it, but things of that non-honorable, non-purely honorable kind of stuff that Hollywood makes soldiers out to be like, yes, we're super honorable, and it's not even that Hollywood does that. It's just that like conservatives are like, our soldiers are super angels and they're superheroes and everything. It's like, that's what you like to believe, but a lot of the times our soldiers are just used as like pieces to do, it's just, they're playthings for somebody else who's never going to have to see a battlefield and never pushed a broom and never will push a broom. Won't ever have to make French fries, and won't ever have to, scoop up kitty litter. So probably doesn't ever have to wipe their own ass. Well, so there you go. That's my thought on this. And if you don't have enough sympathy and empathy and love for the troops and your fellow man and your fellow U.S. citizens that think this is a good idea, then go fuck yourself. Boobs.